Welcome back to the Puck Bunker. I'm Rocco Zappia, joined as always by my co-host, the man who is about to get a job for Domino's so he can receive one of these seemingly unlimited Canadian pizzas, Darren Boyce.
A Canadian is a great pizza, by the way. Always suggest getting one of those. Well done, though. Well done.
That is my favorite type of pizza. All right, let's just get into it. Canada lost, and
where do you want to start?
I want to start by giving the Czechs credit, because a lot of what we're about to go off on is probably going to be just bitching about what Canada did to themselves. And that's fine, but I don't want it to be at the expense of crediting an extremely good, extremely hardworking, extremely big and relentless Czech team. And they had pretty much the recipe that we seem to like, which is a bunch of really hardworking, hard forechecking forwards who put relentless pressure on the defense and force turnovers, and then a bunch of mutants on the back end who are really hard to generate anything against, with one extremely talented kind of offensive guy back there in Thomas Galvis. And they've worked up that recipe to kind of perfection here the last couple of years, and it showed again tonight. And for the third year in a row, Canada couldn't handle their size. For their third year in a row, Canada couldn't handle their speed. For the third year in a row, Canada couldn't handle their forecheck and their pressure. And for the third year in a row, Canada fucking shot themselves right in the foot over and over. But let's keep it with the Czechs for now, because they played phenomenal. Galvis was great. Jiricek was great. Holliton was great. Chihar was great. Sekera was unbelievable.
Novotny was good.
Novotny had a fantastic game. He forced a ton of turnovers.
He outplayed McKenna.
So, congrats to the Czechs. They deserve it. They're a great team, and the better team won.
Yeah,
they were better than Canada tonight, and Canada made a lot of self-inflicted errors, but the Czechs were the better team. So
we should really like this Czech team.
I do,
because it's what we believe in like scouting players. A lot of their guys are guys that we like.
That's the frustrating part, because I love the way the team is constructed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go from this. I don't actually think their goaltending was that good tonight. He had no idea where the puck was half the time.
I got notes, Darren. I got notes. I was so upset I had to write.
So, I mean, Canada hit posts and that on power plays and that. So there's that. I think they got a bit unlucky, because I think the goaltender was just floating around. I mean, even the one goal, he was in the net. Like, just not a very technically sound goaltender. I'm sorry to be hard on him. Played well enough to win, though. He made enough saves. But pucks were just kind of, I think they're a little bit unlucky that way. The rest of it, though, they were not. I mean, the Czechs' defense is good. I do want to point that out. And in the tournament started, we said 5 teams could win this tournament. This was one of them, because they have NHL caliber talent. They have first-round picks on their D core, and they actually have like number 1 D type guys that can shut down half the ice, guys that, if you're going to try and carry a puck into the zone, like, you're not going to be able to. And you kind of see tonight what happens. Look, people will get mad at us about this. The soft skill guys struggle with guys like this. Like, this is the problem that they have. Size, strength, and like physicality. And if you can skate a bit, like, you can cause problems to skill guys. That's how you counter it. And it's a good example tonight, at least like with the D. And they struggle to get into the zone and get anything going, really. Especially their skill guys, unless they had a power play. Like, their skill guys were just kind of got eliminated from the game.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because they're 5-on-5 play, except for a very limited sequence, limited few shifts in the third. Exactly, there's about 5 or 6 minutes where they were really good there, 5-on-5. But other than that, they had almost zero sustained pressure, 5-on-5 all night, and they tried to cycle, and they would lose the board battle, and they try to rush, and they get funneled to the outside. and they couldn't get it. And then they would try east-west shit, and they get picked off up the middle too.
Yeah.
So kudos to the Czechs because, again, they recognized that some of Canada's forwards may have difficulty getting to the inside. And to no surprise, TJ Ginla, the exception, he was able to get himself to the middle and get chances once again.
Yeah.
But the rest of them really struggled once again to get anything. And even Ginla was in spits and spurts. There was nothing really consistent by anyone tonight.
I think that has more to do, though, like his line was struggling. Like I know they got a goal early, but I mean it was it was him and Misa, I guess, for a power play goal. But I mean they weren't getting any sustained pressure. That line, they were just losing the puck. They were losing puck battles.
None of the lines were getting anything sustained.
Not really. I mean, the only team that really had any success cycling 5-on-5 might have been line 3, to be honest. They did it a couple times, but then
a little bit, but it
wasn't much. And if they did have any sustained pressure, it ended up getting back the other way because the D pinched at the wrong time or didn't make the right play, and they ended up with a rush back the other way.
Like they had good sequences, but it felt like more of like a typical third line where it was get the puck out of our zone, get into their zone, and maybe get a whistle or something, and force an offensive zone.
They weren't creating.
Exactly. Like the rest of the tournament, I would say they were dangerous, whereas tonight I'd say they were effective. But again, the Czechs really, aside from the power play, they really didn't give up anything of consequence to the Canadian attack.
They dominated them 5-on-5. Like, yeah, people won't, like, a lot of people won't want to, like, they got dominated 5-on-5. This is a better, and even, you know what? You go back and watch the first game. I think the Czechs I think they might have won the 5-on-5 battle in the first game too. Like it was, and a lot of the goals they scored were kind of rush opportunities. Like it was like, and Mirka wasn't playing, which is a big deal. If you look in hindsight to that, I mean, that's a guy they play in their top 4.
A lot of minutes,
6'6", that takes away one half of the ice, right-hand shot D. So, I mean, that is a big deal. I mean, they still created enough chances to win, but I mean, the problem stemmed though on the forecheck.
But they also they created enough chances to win, but they also had such like thoughtless breakdowns in their own end.
Before we go to that, I just want to talk about the Czech forecheck, right? Like they didn't sit back on them, like they did it the first game too. Like high pressure, they have all their forwards are pretty high up the ice there too, right? Like they're being aggressive. Because they're playing into their D are going to make a mistake, which happened. As soon as the Czechs got on a cycle, we couldn't get the puck back from them. Specifically, our D could not get the puck for the life of them, or could handle it. I thought they struggled in that area as well. Like
all 4 pairs struggled.
Yeah, some more than others, but
honestly, I thought the younger guys pairing might have been their steadiest pair tonight.
Well, I wouldn't call it steady, but they were at least like, hey, we'll just release pressure.
Least problematic. Least problematic. They didn't have like the crazy.
No, but it wasn't like they were creating. It was just like, hey, at least like we'll high flip it out. Like it wasn't like we'll relieve the pressure instead of everyone else trying to like make this like soft backhand pass that gets picked off every time.
What's with that?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know. We'll go through. I mean, if we want to go through it here, I do.
Sorry, it's late and I can't help yawning a little bit here. It's yeah.
But again, the Czechs have some really good forecheckers, like especially like a guy like Nestraza, like Sahar or whatever they call him, like Novotny. Like they have guys who project to be really good NHL forechecking players. Like that's why they got Politan. Like that's why they got drafted. Is they're going to be that type of guy. This is what these guys are going to see in the NHL, is this type of forecheck on a nightly basis. Like, so just in terms of scouting, like you should have learned a lot tonight about guys. Because this is similar. Again, it's not an NHL game, but it's similar to what you would see here. Just with the size, the speed of these guys and, how they were playing. It's not many, like none of those D really succeeded. And that's a little bit of a concern for some guys. I thought Parekh had his worst game. He was a liability defensively and really couldn't get anything going offensively. The only thing he really could do was on the power play, which is fine. But like he was having outlet passes picked off. He was fumbling pucks. He was losing battles. And even late there, his effort even on some of those plays was just, I mean, at the end there, like it's an empty net, and like that's your effort back. Like that's disappointing because he's had a good tournament, but he's got to improve the defensive zone to be. I mean, that's you kind of saw both sides of him this tournament, right? Like you see what the good part of him, and then you see like this is like, oh crap. Like he's got to really improve on this if we're actually going to be a winning team in the NHL. Like that's, and it's not like he can't get there, but that was an issue. I mean, Cam Reed struggled again. I thought he was fine versus the other opponents, but this team just like he could not handle that forecheck at all.
Well, because like he kind of got exposed a little on retrievals there.
Yeah,
with the bigger guys coming in.
Well, they come in and he'd make kind of a soft play along the boards, and it just like it led to like that's what it was. It was a soft play. I'm not even like I'm trying to say it nicely, but it was a soft play. Like did it a couple times where he's kind of behind the net. He has to make like a composed play, and it wasn't a composed play. Their team gets the puck, gets a scoring chance.
They all looked rushed, and
every one of them
back there. Yeah, they all looked really rushed handling the puck tonight.
And that's again, and even halfway through the game, like they were trying to employ high flips more, which was to some effect, but the problem is you have a bunch of guys who naturally kind of want to make a play.
Yeah.
And every time they tried to do that, like they screwed it up. Like it ended up even like all the goals are basically like if you watch those back on video, it's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like McKenzie had the puck at the red line.
I know.
And just gave it to the other team and then fell down for a 3-on-1. And it's like, okay, like there's a minute left in the period. Like get the puck in. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, but that's not how they play. Like it's they want to make a play, but it's just you got to be sure. And there's a lot of times where we weren't sure. And no, but you know what? The Czechs deserve to win that game. This isn't like the other years where I thought Canada should win these games if they play well. Like the Czechs just outplayed them. Like they're a better team. It's not much else I can really say. I mean, like Ivan Kovic didn't play bad. It just like it wasn't.
He was fine.
It wasn't his fault.
He made a bunch of big saves.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. He gave up 5 goals and made a bunch of like pretty big saves. So like I don't know what you want.
Made a lot of big saves.
Yeah, like I don't know what you really want from him. Like the chances you're giving up were, especially again, and a lot of these are 5-on-5. Like they weren't like they were power play chances. Like they're giving up a ton of rush opportunities.
Rushing played well when Martin went down.
He did. I mean, you can question though running 8D and the 12 forwards there, but I mean, in my opinion, I would have just went with 3 lines, but I don't think it's why they lost. Like, I don't think Carter Bear was going to change the outcome of that game.
No.
Like, it's the way that the game, like everyone was going, it wasn't. I mean, if we want to go through the lines here, I mean, I'll go through line 1. I thought Hage was their best player again. He was the most dangerous guy. He created the most. He's the one that didn't seem to be phased by the bigger guys.
Poor kid hit 3 posts.
He did, but I'm just saying he did. He could have had a hat trick tonight. But in terms of like on normal play, like he didn't seem phased. He wasn't turning it over. Like he was kind of like he could still maneuver out there amongst basically the trees, right? Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
He was kind of comfortable out there. And I think they did miss Brady Martin because Martin probably would have been comfortable in that type of environment too.
And the harder forechecking, yeah, for sure.
I thought McKenna struggled. I thought you saw the portion of him that we were concerned about tonight, playing the bigger team that pressures him, because he turns away from the physicality, and that happened a couple times, and he just gives up the puck and the play is dead. And yes, he's dangerous, like he does have opportunities, but that's kind of the downside of him. And like I think all in all, he's had a pretty good tournament. Like I've seen more things out of him than I wanted to. It just sucks because that's kind of like that's the downside here. Like, how is he going to play against a Radim Murka in the NHL? Like, is he going to be able to play against that guy? Or is he just going to be kind of a power play guy? And again, he's 17 or 18. Like but it's just that's what you're looking at there. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen Stenberg struggle like that in this tournament.
No, but he's much more pro ready.
Yeah, and that's kind of yes, he is, because McKenna needs to gain like 20, 30 pounds. I think Stenberg could gain some weight too, but I mean, it's
I feel like Stenberg is physically more mature.
He is. And we're going to get to see this again tomorrow, where Stenberg's going to go head to head against the same team here that he struggled against. And I'd be interested to see how he looks. Like that's actually, you're going to learn a lot here about even these draft eligible guys and how they look against these opponents. And I know it's one thing.
I bet you Bjork looks good.
Of course he does. He won't care. Can't score on a breakaway, but
oh yeah.
We'll go to that later.
What's that about? Bill McCult?
We'll go to that later. But I thought McKenna struggled. Like and I mean, he still had opportunities to score. He still created things. So, I mean, that's a good thing that when he struggled, he still got a point, like still did contribute some things. It's kind of similar to that Memorial Cup game against London, right? Like it's just, they're not front running, and a game gets a little difficult for him, and you can kind of take him out of the game. And he took some bad penalties. Like then he took bad penalties at the end of the game.
As soon as you have guys who are bigger that have feet to keep up and not even necessarily be as fast, but not get burnt by him, they seem to be able to keep it to the outside pretty good.
Yeah. Now again, he can gain a lot of weight. So I mean, I assume the skating would improve. I assume the strength would improve, or at least if I'm drafting him, that's what I'm drafting him on. So I mean, there's that, but it is noteworthy that has happened a couple times now, and it's out there, like you can see it
in bigger situations.
Yeah. And again, he wasn't the best player on his line. Mind you, I'm not sure Stenberg's the best player on his line either. So speaking of, Vigo Bjork, but nonetheless, like I thought Hage was the best player in that line all tournament. Now, the second line, would you like to make some comments about them?
About Mies and Martone?
Yeah.
I mean, they certainly did not look as good as they did against Slovakia.
No.
That's for sure. I feel like Martone was not necessarily engaged in the right situations. I feel like Misa went back to kind of forcing things a little bit, and he struggled down low with the bigger defenseman. Couldn't really seem to, if he was the one that was supposed to be retrieving the dump, even if he got there first, he seemed to be kind of giving the puck up. They weren't able to get really to the middle of the ice at all. Again, that's why I said a Ginla side, because at least he's driving, he's getting there, he's trying to, and he's a lot harder in those battle situations. But yeah, they didn't, like, terrible penalty. Like, what are you doing?
They took some dumb penalties in the third. They came unraveled, kind of.
Now, Mies and Martone, the good play on the goal, on that one goal. So you gotta give him credit there. That was a big situation. It tied it up temporarily.
Martone went to the net though. Like he was at where he should be.
Well, that's what like pissed me
Like
off.
he isn't there ever. Like that's where he should be. That's where he scores. Like he's really good around the net. Like that's a high. Like that goal that he scored to tie the game late.
But
like
Misa makes that good. He makes that good play on that goal, and then 2 seconds later turns around and is just staring at the puck while the guy has a tap in.
Yeah, he lost body position on there for the winner. Lost body position on a bigger, stronger player.
I think that kind of sums up their tournament. Is that's like you see the flashes of all the things they do well, like, but there was no consistency to it. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you make a great play. You make a great play with the puck in deep, get it to Martone, who shows great hands in front of the net, and then you turn around and you don't defend that lead. What was it, 45 seconds later? 45 or a minute and a half later, whatever it was, the next shift. I don't know what else to say because you see that like that was all tournament. Is they'd make a good play and then they'd go out and they'd
give it back.
Exactly.
So like that line's gonna look like, if you look at their numbers for the tournament, like all those guys, like, oh well, look at them, like they scored, right? Like they had a good tournament, but like they kind of gave it all. Like I don't think, well, Ginla played well. I don't think the other two played very well, and like they weren't really a positive for the team. Like they weren't a negative, but like they weren't, because it was just, that's what I mean. Like there's a ton of goals where there's like they were late getting back or like they were late covering a guy. Like that happened multiple times with that, specifically those two players, which is frustrating.
There seemed to be a lot of kind of running around in the D zone when they were out there.
And well, specifically that line, yes.
That's what I mean. And a lot of that, like I hesitate to say a little bit because a lot of that is the D struggling on retrievals, and then it's like you said, one soft play up the boards, and then all of a sudden that's picked off, and now everyone's out of position and scrambling and getting back into position to step late. But it seemed to happen a little more frequently with them on the ice.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, it did happen more frequently with them on the ice. Like they would be the line who was on the ice for the most goals. Like that's like other than the PK guys, but even that, I don't even know. Did they score a power play goal tonight on them? Like I'm not even sure if they did.
Did Czech score a power play goal?
Did they?
Yeah. Rushney, for sure. The empty netter was a power play.
The empty netter was, yeah. But I mean, that's the power play goal they scored.
Speaking of Rushney, how the fuck are you calling that goal? How are you calling that fucking goal interference?
Well,
in that situation,
he has a case there, but they have called that penalty all tournament.
So what's the play? You can't get inside on the defenseman, or you're going to just get cross-checked into taking a 2-minute minor. So
it's international reffing. Like it doesn't make sense.
Okay, but he's got position, driving the net. He drives the net cleanly outside of the crease, gets pushed in. So he beats the D to get position in front of the crease. The D hits him into the goalie, and that's offensive penalty.
Yeah.
So you just can't get inside the defenseman, or you're going to take a penalty.
Well, it's international hockey. Like they call things that don't make any sense.
Okay, but at least the first couple goalie interference penalties, like I didn't love them, but like, and one went each way. The player made some pretty obvious attempt to try to really embellish the run into the goalie.
Yeah.
So those ones, like, I don't necessarily love them, but I understand them. This one was fucking brutal.
I mean, you got to remember, it's already happened twice in the game. They see it again. Like they're going to call it. Like I get it.
What's he supposed to do?
Nothing. I don't like. He has a case.
He
has a case there.
Honestly, what's he supposed to do?
He can't do anything. Like he has a case there that like he got pushed into the goaltender. He's right. they've called it all tournament. Like, I don't like, it's not his fault. It's just a stupid call they make because like they just don't care if they get pushed in. They just give him a penalty anyway. Like, it's not. They're not NHL refs. They're not NHL refs. They're lower level refs.
I thought that was going to be a penalty on the defenseman for cross checking. when I saw the arm go up, I'm like, sweet power play. And then they're like, goalie interference. I'm like, okay, interesting take. And then they give McKinnon an abusive official penalty because they're soft.
Well, they got scored on after, and then they just bitched at the ref.
Yeah, and then the ref calls that too because it was fucking soft.
I mean,
you make a stupid call, get yelled at.
I'll go through the line. Let's go to line 3 again. I thought O'Reilly was the best player on that line tonight. I don't think that line was bad. I think they were fine. They were effective.
Daniel didn't have his best game.
No, but I mean, they were effective. Like, they at least got some zone time, at least like along the boards, and that couldn't really create. I did like that they put O'Reilly in that Brady Martin spot on the power play because he actually does that for London. So like that actually makes sense. He's not as good as Brady Martin because he can't shoot like him. But I mean, at least it's the right idea.
Yeah.
So like I don't like
it's fine. It's good in a pinch.
Yeah, like that makes sense. So I was okay with that. I mean, there's nothing, just wasn't their best game, but I mean, again, I thought all tournament that line was pretty consistent. You can't really ask for more from them. Now, I will say that the one play where Denway was the last man back somehow in a 1-on-3, and the D didn't like. Okay, yes, he got walked around by Sahar, but like what are the D doing? It's a 1-on-3. Like you outnumber them. Like, you got to pressure the puck carrier. Like, you can't just leave them for your forward, no matter how good a defensive forward I think they are. Like, I guess if he's not Sergei Fedorov, so like you know what I mean? Like, it's just like he's good, but like it's like that's not the right play there. And then like what's his name? I call him the wrong name. But Sahar made a sick play there too. Like, that was a sick goal.
It was.
Like he like a power move, big man goal, got it up in a hurry, got it up on your smaller goalie in a hurry, by the way. Just pointing that out. That's kind of the flaw with the smaller goalie there. Whereas if you did see in the other end with a Czech guy, a little bit bigger, had some pucks go off his shoulders that didn't go in, that should have went in. There's your difference in an inch. Like, when I talk about that in scouting, that's your difference in an inch or two. It's that puck that rolls up instead it goes in. The margins are so small in the NHL, it makes a big difference. So, but again, that's a great play by him. That could have been executed a lot better by their D, though. Like, and it's just like, yeah, anyway, Denway was fine. Like, it wasn't their best. They did what they needed to do. Like, they needed their other lines in their D to play better. Like, that's really what they needed. And I actually thought their fourth line was okay. Like, when they played together, or at least those guys were out there. I thought everyone on that, like, look, Luchenko isn't going to be a guy who scores a lot. It's too bad that he had a wide open net and then took a penalty after, like, he missed the wide open net. And that's just kind of like, he was on the first line there, and that's like, he can't play on the first line. Like, that's kind of what I'm pointing at there. Like, he's not going to finish that play from the pass from McKenna, which was a really good play from him. Like, he's just not going to, and then he took a penalty after, but I mean, he had some chances. It's just like, that's what he's going to do. Like, he's not going to score on the breakaway. Like,
there's just not a ton of finish there, I don't think.
But he's, again, I thought he was effective. Like,
he uses his speed very effectively. Like, he's really good. He's really good at what he does.
He is effective. It's just, I wouldn't expect him to be like an 80-point guy in the NHL. Like, that's more.
You're looking at a really good third liner.
Cogliano.
Yes.
Like, which we talked about. That's what you're looking at.
Did we say that in the episode, or did we just talk about that?
We just talked about that. I think that's kind of what you're looking at there. Like he's going to be in the league for a long time. Like he's going to contribute. It's just I don't know what I need to see more offensively because his speed creates chances. It's like it doesn't finish a lot of the chances, but it's there. I thought Rashni was really good. That's the best game he played. You could really see his brain really works with the better players too.
Okay, so that goal, that was a really high IQ goal.
Well, that was terrible goaltending also.
Yeah, it was still smart.
It was awful goaltending.
It was.
He walked out and the goalie was in the net. Like what was he doing?
Yeah, not a good place to keep pucks out from.
Your pad was in the net. Of course he was going to score. But yes, now we talked about that before though. Reshny's really good at making decisions from behind the net, whether that's a pass or walking out. He has no problem with that. Like he has that ability to be the primary guy with the puck. Like that's kind of what I was saying all tournament though. Like they weren't really utilizing him as that. Like he was on the first power play, but he wasn't the main guy with the puck. Now we say, well, they have McKenna or they have Parak, and yes, I get it. But you kind of saw the skill set that he had there with that goal, making a lot of guys would have just fired a pass out there instead of walk out.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was very patient, very poised.
And just like
and the goaltending helped for sure.
The Czechs won in spite of their goaltending, regardless. I mean, I don't know. Like Coots was okay, I guess. Like I didn't really notice anything from him, but they didn't really give him much opportunity the whole tournament. So, we can go through the D.
I don't want to. It's not. It's just. I actually thought Carls and Verhoff were good.
Well, Reed and Parekh were terrible.
Were a disaster.
Sorry, I'm going to be honest. They were terrible defensively, and they couldn't move the puck. So there's no point of them being out there because that's all that they're out there for is creating offense and moving the puck, and they couldn't do it. So that's a problem. Aitchison and Danford struggled, and like I thought Danford had been good pretty much all tournament. They could not collect a puck. Aitchison was all over the place and just they weren't making proper, like again, even that one goal, like it's a 1-on-3 and like no one's taking the puck carrier. Like it's just not, it wasn't great. And you know what? I mean, like Brunick's in the NHL. Like
that's what I mean. The young pair was their best pair. And I don't know if that's it's definitely not a good thing. It's a compliment to them.
It wasn't because they were it wasn't because they were elite though.
No, but they didn't fuck up like everyone else.
Like they just, it was more simple plays from them. But like Brunick's supposed to be their
that works, Darren.
Yeah, but Brunick's supposed to be their NHL defender. And like on the last goal, he's flying by the guy on one knee like he's freaking Travis Hamonic. Like he just flew by him. Like you're playing down a level, man. Like this shouldn't be too fast for you. Like, and he's playing like it's too fast for him. And like Parekh, played in the NHL. Like, why is this so fast for him? Like, this shouldn't be too fast for him. Like, it shouldn't be. Like the other guys, I could at least give it hey, they haven't played like this high a level before.
Do you think that the margin the way they beat Slovakia hurt them tonight?
Maybe, but
a fucking hell of a lot more hero hockey and higher risk plays and lower percentage plays tonight than we have in a couple games.
I don't think it's the Slovakia game though. I just think it's because they've been ahead the entire tournament. Like they never played when they were down. And like you learn a lot about your team when you're down. And like they didn't really have that. Like even I'll say it's like the last time Hunter coached, they lost to Russia 6-0 in that tournament. And they came back and won the tournament. Like you learn more about your team, when you have some, you're down a game late or things aren't totally going your way and against your good team and how do you keep your composure? Like they didn't really keep their composure. Like guys panicked.
And then they started trying to force things.
Yeah. Well, they're yes, because look at the odd man rushes they were giving up in the third period. But it's they're teenagers. Like, this is what happens. They're kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not making excuses for them. That's just like, that's why this tournament is the way it is. It's not a professional tournament.
That's why it's fun.
Yeah, it's not a professional tournament. Like, guys will have, brain farts. Like, guys will do things that they would never do in 3 years when they're actual pros. Because this is like kind of the first time where they deal with this type of stuff. So I'm not like upset. Like, last year I was upset when they lost, right? Like, I'm not like I think they picked the right team.
They lost to a good team.
They lost to a better team than them right now. Like, that's what happened. Like, a team. Like, they were playing better as a team.
Yeah, it just wasn't their best tonight.
And the Czechs have, like, 2 games, the Czechs have scored 11 goals against them.
It's a lot of goals.
Yeah. Like, and honestly, like, Canada, what did Canada have? 4 tonight? They've scored 11 goals against them too. And like, that's probably the best defensive team in the tournament. Like, it's just like none of these. Yeah, like, it's just like the Czech this is a good program now. This isn't the Czechs from 10 years ago. Like, they are a legitimately good team. Now, do they have some flaws? Yeah, like they have some, but like, it's none of these teams were runaway favorites. We talked about that. Like, the Canadian team had flaws. Like, they don't have a number 1 defenseman. Like,
Schaefer would have been nice.
But yeah, but that's, of course, their number 1 D's plays on Long Island, of course. But it's just,
I'm not going to play that.
You know what I mean? Like, to fix their problems, I just don't know. Like, who else are you going to take? Like, Jackson Smith isn't fixing their problems. Like,
no, I don't. I'm fine with the group they picked.
Yeah, like Marek Van Acker. Like, again, I like these players. Like, not like, he's not helping them win tonight. Like, it's not like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really. Like, last year was definitely a player selection issue because they left like a bunch of top 6 talent at home and their top 6 was weak. Like, their top 6 is really good. Their top 6 just didn't all perform. And like, their bottom 6 scored. Like, their special teams were good. Like, you got beat 5-on-5 by a team basically twice, like, because they lost the 5-on-5 battle, I think, in the first game too.
Yeah, they won that on special teams.
Yeah. Like, that's so, I mean, I feel a little bit vindicated though to like these bigger guys. That is one thing that I kind of do take away from this.
I will leave out the possibility that we do know what we're talking about a little bit there.
Nah. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Someone will clip that, but
only sometimes, for sure.
Do you have any other takeaways from this game?
Honestly, no, but I just want to say to anyone even remotely connected to the team, be proud of the guys. They all went there and worked hard.
They worked hard, yeah.
They represented Canada to the best of their ability, and we're all proud of them. And they still have a chance to come home with a medal here. They're going to play for bronze. There's still something to play for, and there's no shame in losing to that Czech team because they're a hell of a team and they played really, really well. So congrats to all the guys who made Team Canada. And sorry that you're going home heartbroken, but there's always tomorrow and there's another game to be played still. So
you're right. Like, they have nothing to be embarrassed about. They just lost to a good hockey team.
Really good team.
Like, that's all. And again, do I think that if they played tomorrow, like, they could be a better result? Yeah. But like, it's just like, this is a good team they lost to. So it's like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. They can certainly win tomorrow. Like, the Czechs can win tomorrow. 100%. Do you want to talk about the Sweden game? Because that game was also a barn burner.
That was so much fun. I love when they play. I love
Sweden, when they play. Great rivalry.
It is a great rivalry, and the usual suspects showed up. And Sweden's best players were their best players. And
they were. But
when the chips were down, they came through from Anton Frondel was sick. He had a great game.
He did. I do want to say though, I think Finland actually might have deserved to win that game. And let's go with the start of the game here.
Maybe
the game started by them firing a wrist shot from the blue line that went in.
That was crazy.
It went in the net. Like Rimpinen straight up missed it.
He deflected it in. It was going to go wide.
Rocco, I can legitimately say that I would have made that save. That's one I would have made. Probably the only one. But like
I've seen you make that save.
Yeah. So there we go. I could have made one of the saves today. That's how bad the goal was. Like it was like on the first shot. So I'm gonna go from the goalie.
Rimpinen was the saves he made and the goals he gave up. Well, it was like he has fucking two different goalies sharing his body today.
I do want to kind of explain here though, like the goalie thinking process here. He let in the first shot. It's an awful goal. If this was our Monday night skate, Wally would have given me the hook because like I can't play.
Coach.
Like coach, shout out coach, because I can't play. Like I would just be awful. The rest, like I'm just lost.
Yeah, you'd give up 15.
Yeah. So the fact that now again, Rimpinen didn't play his best. The puck was bouncing around. He was obviously fighting it for a bit. Fought through that game, and by the end of the game, again, the goals on it, like even the two other goals on him were kind of like, again, the one was weird. They were weird. Like it wasn't, and like the one Genberg scored was kind of his stick got stuck in the net and he got kind of pushed with a skate. Like it was a weird goal. By the end of the game, by God, the guy looked dialed in. Like that is remarkable. Yeah. Because like you have a lot of time to think to yourself out there about how awful that first goal was. And you, regardless of what you think of these guys, he is a pro goalie. That is really hard to overcome. So I thought, and he made 8 straight saves in the shootout. And like some of those were pretty, like Frondel had an unbelievable move that he didn't score on. Like Frondel could have legitimately scored 3 times in that shootout, but nonetheless, so like, you know what, shout out to him because he was trying to have a Grant Fuhr game there where he like didn't play his best, but didn't give up the last goal, right? Gave his team a chance to win. That is I really appreciate that guy's mental makeup. He
responded well to, like, there's no tougher start he could have had. And he responded
it can't be worse. Can't be worse. You literally can't have a worse start. So, I mean, shout out to him because, again, I don't think he had his best tournament, but he recovered each time that, like, something bad happened, and he still put up some, like, really high-end performances. I mean, his mental makeup is really good. And even Haremstan, too, like, again, like, I don't think he played outstanding, but, again, really brought it when the game mattered. Like, it was because it wasn't a great goalie game, but it could have really got away from both of them, and it didn't. And I think that's
they both made big saves when their teams needed them to.
They did. Like it was a grind. And that's what I'd say. It was a grind for both of them, and both of them really came out in the end looking really good. Like, and that's
some hilarious turnovers leading the goals in that game.
Well, just some
grade A, like complete brain farts in the back of the net. But that's junior hockey.
It is. I thought Stenberg looked really good, really dangerous.
He did.
And that was noteworthy, that game, especially again, that's a really good opponent.
Bjork looked good again.
Bjork just couldn't finish, but I mean, there's a reason he's getting people, he didn't score on the 4 breakaway. Well, he's getting 4 breakaways. So like, I mean, he's doing something pretty well. I thought Genborg was really good. That was
He's a handful.
Yeah, that's another guy we liked in terms of big size, works hard, goes to the net, hard on the boards. Do I think he's the most skilled player? No. Do I think he can find a role in the NHL? Yes. Yes, I do. It's just he does a lot of things that you like out there. I mean, in terms of the Swedish D, like Freeze struggles at times. Like I know he puts up points there. Like talking about pizzas, like there's some pizzas from him. Like that's the one I get. Like he's
30 minutes or it's free.
Yeah. I mean, again, he's a higher pick too. He's got to clean that up though to be a legitimate guy. Because if he's gonna, he has some offensive capabilities, but if he's gonna give up the puck like that, it's not gonna work.
We were asked in the comments about Hawkinson, and if he's someone's in the comments, he's like a surefire top 10 pick. I don't know that I would go there, and the reason why I find him just to be an excellent complementary defender, where he's just kind of solid. He's got the size, he's got the mobility, and he can pass the puck from D to D, and he can retrieve it fine, and he's a good defender. But I don't see a lot of, in terms of NHL pro potential. I don't see a ton of offensive upside. So while I think he's a first rounder, sure, and I think that's probably a pretty solid. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of debate there amongst.
We have to look at him further, though.
We have to look at him further, but he has all the tools of a first rounder, and he played well in this tournament. I just didn't necessarily see a ton of offensive upside, but now maybe I'll go watch him with his club team, and it'll be in a different role. But
you also see a lot more things when you watch these guys individually too. It's a lot different than watching 5-on-5. Just everyone.
You do, but we were asked about it, so I watched him a little bit more closely during the game, and I find him just very, very solid. And that's not in a bad way. But usually, if you're taking a guy in the top 10, it's going to be with some more offensive potential, but has all the tools that you would want in a kind of prototypical mid-first round pick.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the other draft eligibles, I thought Pipparainen actually struggled this game. He
had some brain farts.
Yeah, he was under pressure. And again, speaking of guys who struggle with pressure, that was him in this game. Now, again, he's 17 years old. So again, I'm not totally shocked by that. They did keep putting him out there though, which is noteworthy. But again, this wasn't his best game. However, again, I thought Suvanto kind of answered the call out here. Just again, nice, good, consistent effort. He's out there in a lot of key situations. He's out there creating havoc in a lot of situations where they end up getting scoring chances. I mean,
he's excellent.
He's a good player.
He's really smart.
Yeah. Well, he needs to work on the offensive game, but he has some plays defensively that are, really intelligent. They were running. So speaking of cycle defense, right?
He got named to their top 3 players for the tournament.
Well, take that with a grain of salt. The federation's giving it to them. So that's their own federation saying that, but still he's a good player.
Yeah. I think that means more.
Canada didn't put Hage as one of their top 3.
Yeah.
It's that's wrong. And they put Sam O'Reilly in it, which great. I'm happy about that. But they missed because Hage isn't one of them. Hage should be number 1.
O'Reilly was probably 4th.
I think so. So to all your Hab fans out there, this is the biggest Sam O'Reilly fan. Hage should have been the number 1 pick. So, okay. He should have been the first guy for the top 3 of the tournament.
Twitter must be on fire about that.
He was their best player. He was absolutely their best player. But speaking of Suvanto, there was a play late in the game there where the puck, it was a cycle, Sweden was cycling down low. They couldn't get Finland couldn't get the puck out. And he literally just went over the boards, went over the boards, just ate the puck, with his feet, just power move, just locked the puck against the board. Rimpton didn't even have a stick. And he was able to it gave him enough time to collect his stick, and everyone got reset up and they were able to make the clear. That's that is a play that no one on Canada could make. And I know it's not even their defenseman, but I mean, again, they had a big defense. This is the size strength thing again. he can go in and just deaden the play. Like he just completely ended the scoring opportunity that they had for the last 45 seconds or 30 seconds that they had. I thought that was his best play of the game. Like, and I mean, he does a lot of other good things out there. He's out there in overtime. I mean, he had an opportunity where he created a one-timer for one of his teammates. He fanned on the one-timer. So, I mean, I thought he was good. That Sarah Leinen guy had a good game, number 12.
He did. He was all over the place.
He was all over the place. He was involved in everything. I mean, again, like this is another game where it's two really good teams going at it here. I thought this game was more even. Like honestly, at 5, I think the Czechia, I think the Czechs thoroughly outplayed them 5-on-5.
The Czechs this was dominated 5-on-5.
I think this was more of a pick'em game.
It was back and forth.
Yeah, I think these are two pretty even teams. It's not much else I can say. Like an 8-round shootout, goalies made a bunch of saves. I mean, Berglund, like a lot of composure to score that goal in the shootout when you're down to your last guy. He showed me he's winning over 60%. Winning over 60% of his draws. He's out muscling guys. I've come away from that tournament. That's a guy I really like.
He was awesome.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his. I've kind of been hard on some of the Philly picks here. That's one you can be pretty. I think you should be happy with that one though. Don't know what the full upside is of him, but I mean that looks like a guy who can play for sure. So I mean he's been good, and they got another game here against a really hard opponent. They're going to need him to against a big D like the Czechs.
So let's look ahead then.
Yep.
While we kind of wrap this up, what prediction for Canada? We'll touch on them. Canada, Finland for the bronze.
I think Canada's going to lose that game. They're not going to be engaged.
I think they're going to pack it in.
They'll lose like 4-1. Yeah, they won't be engaged.
Finland's going to care way more.
Yeah,
and that's a shit thing to say, to be honest.
Well, they will.
You think there's going to be any lineup changes? You think
they'll put maybe Ravensburg in? I think they'll change everyone out. Take the.
I was going to say, would you give Ravensburg in a game? I would.
Yeah, 100%.
He deserves to get a game.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes and wins a medal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say this, and I know it goes against a lot of the stuff that Team Canada goes with, and I know Carter George was really good last year, but I do wonder if maybe when they're making the team selection that you should just erase what happened last year and just like who's playing best. Like I don't know, because like
it's not the Hockey Canada way, Darren.
No, and I'm not like these are all good goalies. The point is who's in form. And Ivan Kovic was in form, so I'm not really upset with anything like with him. Just like George, George just hasn't really been in form this year. Well, the other two guys have been. So I just like if this was soccer, for instance, like if we were like the national team for soccer, like we would be playing the guy who's in form. Like that's just what soccer does. Like it's like this guy's playing better at his club team, like he's going to play for us. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's so, I don't know, because Ravensburg has had a really good year, and he was just inevitably like never going to play. And I just wonder if that's kind of the right approach to have. That might be like more of the player selection thing that I would have maybe more of a comment on. I don't know if that's something that like, and even like if you look ahead to the Olympics here, like it looks like they're going to do that with Binnington too. And like, I don't know if that's the right approach or not, though he did have a shutout last night. So shout out to Habs actually.
Binnington seems to find his game when it matters. When there's actually something on the line, he seems to find it.
He does, but it's just it's.
But you can only rest on those laurels for so long.
I just wonder, like that's just kind of my opinion. But I wasn't like upset with anything they did goalie wise. Like I thought they made the right decision to go to Ivan Kovic. It just like didn't work out. Like it's just that's kind of what happened here. My last kind of thing before we go here. Would you like to talk about the crowds at these games?
Well, I'd like to talk about the gold medal game.
Okay, and then the crowds at the games.
Okay. The crowds at the games, let's start there because we're going to end on a positive note, which is the gold medal preview. The crowd, whoever named that the state of hockey should be shot because there's 4 fucking first rounders in the game today. So it's like 12% of the first round of the upcoming draft. And there's
all
the
top,
players.
yeah.
Yeah, there's the players' and Hackinson too. And then there's the players' family and friends, pretty much, and like 8 other people in the stands. So some fucking hockey state. Because like that's a joke. Neither semifinal was even close to sold out. No quarterfinal was even close to sold out. I don't know if a single game sold out in the tournament. Maybe one of the American games against Sweden, maybe. But like maybe don't get to host the tournament for a bit, or maybe just put it somewhere where you might actually sell some tickets. Now, I will say part of that is exposure because like there's not TSN broadcasts the whole tournament for us. They don't ESPN doesn't do that in the States and no one does it. And they don't have like an easy way to watch it. So they don't have the opportunity to build a culture around the tournament. That said, put the tournament where people want to watch it.
I'll put a couple things out there because I was kind of asking some people about it. One, they overpriced the tickets like really early on as a premium event. So that was a problem because they weren't able to sell them. And the reason in Minnesota that like high school hockey and stuff's real in college is really, they sell out is because they like the tickets are like 20 or $30. Like they're not.
Well,
they're
okay,
not,
so that's
that's
fair.
part of it. That's part of it.
It needs to be priced like a junior hockey event.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, it didn't help that the US were out of it. Like that doesn't help. I mean, the Canadians weren't traveling, and we know why. Or some people, I mean, let other people talk about that. But I mean, Canadians aren't traveling down there like they probably expected. I mean,
What?
I think
What happened?
no, just political reasons.
I almost gotcha.
No, but like it works in Buffalo or like Detroit because it's so close to the border. Like it isn't like they're in Minnesota. Like the closest city is Winnipeg, but Winnipeg isn't that close. Like it's hard to get. Yeah, like it's hard to get down there. So like it's not. It's kind of you mix all that in, and like they definitely need to get more exposure on this tournament in the States because I mean, it's the problem is in the States. Like you have bowl season on. It's the end of the NFL season. Like it's really hard to kind of gain a lot of traction with kind of common viewers. Like that's the issue. But nonetheless, you shouldn't be the state of hockey if you can't even have like a close to a full bar when you have like 8 top 10 picks potentially in the game.
What was there 1,500 people at the game?
Not even sure, but it's just like just don't brag about that anymore. Like you're not like if we're gonna honestly, and I'm gonna say this as like
a 50,000 person city in Canada would have sold that game out.
It would have sold out in Detroit, man. Like it's not like look, I'll give some states credit, like Michigan, like good hockey state, like Massachusetts, like good hockey state.
Probably
like
would have sold out there.
Exactly. Like it's like those
that would have been sold out in Boston.
Those are hockey states.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say.
American hockey fans.
That's what I have
to hockey fans.
Yeah. I think Michigan fans, pro Michigan show here. Hope Michigan fans chirp them for that. So, yeah, there you go. All right, go to the gold medal game.
Gold medal game. All right. The 2 best teams of the tournament are playing in the gold medal game, and that's Sweden and Czechia. So, look for a lot, I think, of the same from Czechia. They're going to stick with what's working here. They got a good formula with this big, fast, heavy power game. And I think they're going to look to do to the Swedish D the same thing they did to Canada today, which is force guys into making very quick decisions with the puck and forcing them to execute breakouts with very little time and space, which is very difficult to do. And their game plan is very much built on the fact to bring the blitz on the forecheck and create odd man rushes on counterattacks. And if they're able to do that and force the Swedish D into turnovers the way they did Canada's, they're going to have a very good chance to win this game. And if the Swedish D can find ways to kind of escape that pressure and get the puck moving up the ice to their, the Swedish forwards are pretty friggin' lethal. So if they can get pucks up the ice and beat that aggressive attack that way, well, maybe there's opportunities to have some odd man rushes the other way. But even if they can get the breakout going, they're going to have to get around they got to find a name for these.
Well, here, okay,
the freak show on the back end, even generate some chances. But Sweden's a favorite, but I like
your smart money's on the Czechs, eh? Your money's on the Czechs.
I'll tell you what, I'll be cheering for the Czechs.
I like both these teams. I actually
like them too, but the Czechs are the underdogs, so I'll be cheering for them.
Okay. The Swedish D do struggle with a forecheck. We've seen that already. We saw that against the States. Like, they do struggle when they are pressured. So I would expect the Czechs to cause them some problems that I don't think the Finns could do. And the US did it to a degree, but they couldn't sustain it. Like, I think this team has a better chance of sustaining that. Now, I do think the Czech D is better than the USD, obviously. So I do wonder if they'll be able to get as many transition opportunities as they did in that game. However, Swedish power play, really good. Can't take penalties. I would, that's even tonight, like, Canada did score on the power play against them. So, I mean, it's not like their PK's elite. And I do think Sweden has an advantage in net. Like, I think the better goalie is on Sweden.
I think so too.
So I will say this though. Sweden has some bigger forwards who are absolute lugs to play against. Like, they're physical and they want to play in board battles. The thing about Canada that they didn't have is, yes, I thought their third line was quite good, but they don't have these huge lug guys on that line like Baudouin is, but like, you have Genberg, like, you have Berglund, like, you have some of these guys you can throw out there that are just massive that can kind of play a little bit more of a different game. And I wonder,
might be able to handle that size game more.
Maybe. And plus, even your smaller skill guys, I actually think are a little more adept at doing it. Like Viggo Bjork, I don't think Bjork's going to have trouble in this game. However, as from a scouting perspective, this is a great thing to watch, because we're going to learn a lot about, like, you're going to learn a lot about in this game, because he's playing a big team here
with a lot of future NHLers on the D4.
Exactly. And I really do want to see how he performs. Same with Stenberg. Like, again, like, look at how they played McKenna. They're going to play him the same way. How's he going to react to it? I think he can. Like, I think there's, I have no question that Frondel's, fine. Like, Frondel's, this is a easy, like, again, another big guy who can play board play that Canada doesn't really have.
Not that big, but he's thick, and he's strong.
Like, they don't, like, a lot. That's the one thing you can say about those Canadian guys. Like, again, Baudouin's probably really the only one that's that massive, lug that can play on the boards. And again, I like them.
NYA can too,
but he's $180. Like, Frondel is 210. Like, it's a difference, right? At this, like, right now, I think Denway will get there at one point. But even O'Reilly, like, again, I love the way O'Reilly plays. He's never going to be that 6'3", 210 guy. Like, he's just not. They have a few of those guys that can throw out there. So I do wonder if maybe they try, maybe some chip and chases, like dumping it in a little bit more. But like, I don't know. Sweden also has a capability of just always losing these games. So I'm taking Sweden because that was my first inkling of the tournament started that I thought they were going to win. So I'll stick with that. But
You'll take Sweden. I'll be wrong, just like every other prediction I've made so far this tournament. I'll take Czechia.
But here's the thing. I think this is like a 50-50 game. So like if you were betting on this, bet responsibly. But if you're betting on this, like I would take the dog. Like just like because it's like the Czechs can easily win this game. Like it's a very real possibility, and they shouldn't be an underdog. Like I think that's the point I'm making.
They shouldn't be.
No, they shouldn't be. Like this is just again two really good teams. They're a little bit different. I think they match up pretty well. Like I think they kind of have, like they both have size up front. Like they both have some skill guys up front. Like it's like it should be a really good matchup. I think the advantage is in net, but that it's one game, so it doesn't really like guys can make saves one game at a time. So
we will be back for one final recap after the bronze and gold medal game.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do our team Canada teams too.
For bit of a somber episode as Canada falls victim to Czechia.
Well, it's better than last. It's better than last year, just screaming at the camera.
It is. It is better than last year. It's a more noble loss. I don't have an issue with it per se, other than as a fan, it sucks. And but it is what it is. I'm not even going to try to play bullshit objective fucking journalist.
They lost.
Yeah, exactly. They lost, and I was cheering for them, and it sucks. So, but whatever. Is what it is. We'll be back next year, and maybe go out and shock the world against Finland. So,
well, I will look before we go.
I had to throw that in one more time.
Before we go, we have to beat the Czechs. That's who we have to beat. Lost them 3 straight years, so I have to beat them at some point. I mean, I think we should have a pretty good roster coming back next year, but again, it's depending on personnel available, and
I'm not ready to talk about next year.
No, so I mean, it's just
like emotionally.
Hey, you know what? I've had fun watching the tournament.
Me too. It has been a fun team to watch, and honestly,
it's a good tournament because there's all these teams are even. Like it's not. Now I do wonder if Russia was in this tournament, if maybe they would. I think they would have been the favorite in this tournament, but that's neither here nor there because there's no way
to yelled at when we talk about Russia. So
it's true though. Like, look at their team would be sick. Maybe we'll put that up in the next episode. What their team would have been.
I don't know if I want to go down this fucking wormhole.
But it's actually a good thing for hockey though that we're having tournaments now where it's not like one runaway favorite. Like we have, and again, I know Canada has guys in the NHL, but again, there's 5 teams that can win. There's 6 teams that can win if Russia was in it. Like that's a big deal. Like that's good. Like that's a really good thing.
It's good for the sport. So should be a lackluster bronze medal game and an unbelievable gold medal game, but we'll recap both tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. Drop us a comment. Tell us, rub it in our face. We're ready. Let's go. All our American fans. You guys fucking lost too. So yes, let's go.
It's not like we were chirping them.
No, we weren't, but people like to give it to us when we're wrong. So I await the comments.
I want the Czech fans to chirp us. That's who I want. I want some Czech fans.
I don't think the Czech fans will chirp us because we respect their team, and we always did from the get-go.
Well, we like all the mutants.
Freak team. All right. Thanks for watching. Let's go for bronze.
See ya.